If you've ever observed a troop of chimpanzees, you'll know something important. Every member plays a role in maintaining the delicate balance of their social ecosystem. Remove just one, say, a particularly sharp-eyed female who knows exactly where to find ripe figs, and you can throw the whole troop into nutritional chaos. That's the image I often come back to when thinking about women in STEM. Let's get into it. Welcome back to SciComm with Mel. I'm your host today. Mel, why it's time to use reskilling to unlock women's STEM potential. This phrase has been circling in my mind lately as I've been poring over some fascinating data about our workforce. The truth is, we're facing a critical moment in technological evolution, the fourth industrial revolution. Yet we're moving forward with one hand tied behind our back. In a world desperate for innovation and diverse thinking, women make up just 28% of the global STEM workforce. It's a staggering imbalance that isn't just unfair, it's inefficient. Today, we're diving into why reskilling initiatives might be our best chance to tap into this enormous reservoir of talent and perspective that remains largely untapped. So let's look at the stark reality we're facing today. The numbers really tell the story here. Women currently make up just 28% of the global STEM workforce. That's not even a third. And when we zoom in on certain fields, the picture gets even more concerning. In artificial intelligence, which is arguably shaping our future more than any other technology right now, women represent only 22% of professionals. These aren't just disappointing statistics. They represent a massive deficit in how we're approaching innovation and economic growth. The global information technology industry alone is worth trillions of dollars and is projected to grow by up to 8% annually in the coming years. But we're essentially limiting our talent pool to primarily one gender. Think about this. When we leave women out of these critical fields, we're not just being unfair, we're actually restricting our collective potential. Diverse teams solve problems differently. They bring varied perspectives and approaches that lead to more comprehensive solutions. What's particularly concerning is that enrollment among women in STEM-related university programs has stagnated over the past decade. And if we don't address this issue head-on, it's going to cost us, literally. Experts predict that reskilling challenges could cost G20 countries more than $11 trillion over the next decade. This isn't just about fairness or equity, though those are certainly important. It's about economic competitiveness in a rapidly evolving technological landscape. Every day that we maintain this gender imbalance is another day we're not operating at full capacity for innovation and problem solving. The fourth industrial revolution demands all hands on deck, not just half the populations. Now, here's something fascinating. When we talk about gender diversity in STEM, we're not just talking about fairness or representation. The cold, hard data shows there's a serious business case here as well. Companies that have more than 30% female representation are significantly more likely to financially outperform their competitors with less gender diversity. This isn't just a marginal difference either. We're talking about measurable, consistent financial advantages. But it goes beyond just the bottom line. When we look specifically at research and development teams, gender-diverse R&D groups are demonstrably more innovative. They're more likely to introduce new products and services to the market over a 2-year period compared to segregated teams. Why does this happen? Well, innovation thrives on different perspectives. When you have a diverse team, you get a broader range of experiences, approaches to problem solving, and ways of thinking. This isn't just theoretical, it translates directly into business outcomes. I find it particularly telling that despite this clear economic argument, we still haven't seen widespread adoption of policies to increase women's participation in STEM. It's as if companies are deliberately choosing to be less profitable and less innovative by maintaining the status quo. The evidence is clear. Gender diversity isn't just the right thing to do morally, it's the smart thing to do economically. Organizations that recognize this connection between diversity and performance gain a competitive edge in today's innovation-driven economy. Those that ignore it are essentially leaving money and opportunities on the table, while simultaneously reinforcing outdated systems that limit human potential. When we look for proof that women can excel in STEM fields, we don't need to look far. The world is full of remarkable women breaking barriers every day. Take Ritu Karadal, for instance. She's earned the nickname Rocket Woman at the Indian Space Research Organization, where her groundbreaking work has inspired a dramatic rise in young women pursuing STEM education across India. Her influence extends far beyond the technical achievements. She's changing the very perception of what's possible. Or consider Ezra Tarane, whose innovative work on mitigating flash floods has literally saved lives in multiple communities. She's tackling one of this century's most pressing environmental threats with scientific precision and practical solutions. Then there's Ayana Howard, whose revolutionary work in assistive technologies is transforming accessibility for children with disabilities. She's not just developing technology, she's creating systems that fundamentally improve human lives. Look, I could go on and on about this woman here, that woman there, but why? We've all heard these stories. It's tiring when we've heard these stories over and over again, and yet still the conversation needs hyping and becomes locked in as a conversation topic rather than proactive solutions. The path forward requires intentional action from all of us. Governments need to remove structural barriers and create inclusive policies. Companies must examine their hiring practices, promotion pathways, and workplace cultures. Educational institutions have to reimagine how they attract and retain women in STEM fields. Most importantly, we need to reframe the conversation itself. This isn't about helping women fit into existing structures. It's about reshaping those structures to benefit from women's full participation. Because in the end, a world that invests in women in STEM will be a world that solves problems more effectively for everyone. I challenge you all to pick up a book, click on that next link, read about these achievements. If you're in a position of power, listen and observe everyone in your community. We're all here to contribute. Don't lock any of us out.